Hi, Sherry. Oh, let me put this on live chat. Hello, Happy Mom. Hi, everybody. I am a little behind. I hope you guys can forgive me. This is the Spellbinders Clubs of the month. I will be showing you guys the Glimmer of the month. Oh, let me plug that in. The 3D folder of the month, embossing folder of the month. I'm going to show you the BetterPress of the month. And I'm going to show you Glimmer of the month, wax seal of the month, 3D folder of the month. What am I missing? Did I say 4? 3D and BetterPress of the month. So those are the 4 that I get from Spellbinders. I know that Tracy gets stitching of the month. Melanie gets some. So you'll have to check out Justine, Melanie, Tracy, and I. We all get a little bit of something different. Some of us get some of the same things, but we all do a little bit something different. Normally I record this video, but as you guys know, my life has been a little bit crazy, hectic this month. So I'm doing a live. If you are new to any of these, you can sign up tomorrow, the 6th. If you have any club membership already, you can go over and sign and click the button right now. So if you already are a Spellbinders Club member, you can add any of these clubs. And if you're already signed up, it's already on its way to you. But if you are already a club member, you can add any of these clubs. If you are not a club member, you can add any of these clubs tomorrow. So, okay, I have my Glimmer out, or my hot foil machine. Any hot foil machine will work. I plugged it in, turned it on here, so it's red. So we're going to set that over here to the side. And that's going to warm up. So while that's warming up, I'm a little bit of a hot mess right now, people. My whole life is a hot mess. A good hot mess right now. A super good hot mess right now. You're going to get a little sneak peek of something, too. A little sneaky peek. Hi, Jim. Hi, Barb. I know it's late. I do apologize. Let's start. I was just cutting up some BetterPress paper, so I'm just going to move that to the side. I'm going to move BetterPress to the side. There's a little sneaky peeky I'm going to give you of something with the BetterPress. So we're going to move that aside just for a moment, because I want to start with wax, seal, and 3D embossing folder. We're waiting for Glimmer to heat up. 3D embossing folder I love because it has pumpkins and sunflowers. Pumpkins are great, but to add in that little touch of sunflowers, I think is great. This is the 3D embossing folder of the month. I love regular embossing folders, but I really love 3D embossing folders. To use the 3D embossing folders, how you do that on your platinum is, and this is any of the Spellbinders Platinum machine, is you grab your base A, and if you have any of the older machines, all you have to buy is just the new platforms. You don't need to buy a whole new machine, you just buy the platform. So you just need A and D. Remember 3D. So you just need those two. And then you grab any of your paper, and I just happen to have some paper right here. And this is the Spellbinders, I think it's Tangerine. Oh, Persimmon. Persimmon, Color Essentials Persimmon. This is a 100-pound cardstock. And I'm going to use my Spellbinders trimmer, my favorite trimmer. Put this on your Christmas list if you don't have it. And I'm just going to cut this in half at 5.5. trimmy trim right there in half. And then I'm going to use my Spellbinders spritzer. Off camera, I'm just going to spritzy that with water. It's just a really light mist. Like you can barely see, but it is misted. Can you see? Very lightly misted. And all I'm going to do is put that in my folder. Like that. A plate, folder, D plate, the creases at the top here. And I'm just going to run that through. Trying to do this standing up. Usually I do it sitting down. I'm making up my own language now. Now, the first time I do a new folder, sometimes it is a little difficult. Come on. This is where I use my stomach to kind of press so I can hold the machine down. Sometimes you got to use what you got, ladies. Okay, so my stomach's pushing. Okay, there we go. I don't have 3 hands. All right. And look how beautifully that embossed. And then if you have any lunar paste, this will look really pretty to take some of the lunar paste and go over it with your fingers. Or some of that Lisa Horton interference inks like I did last month. So that is the 3D embossing folder. Love it. Very, very pretty. Okay. That is that. That's the easy one. Hello, Evelyn. Okay. So now I'm just going to move this to the floor real quick. I'm going to show you the wax seal. I love wax seals. Just remind me, look how beautiful this wax seal is. I don't have the box because they just, again, design team member, we just get the wax seal, but look how pretty that is. Look at the detail in those leaves. Not only do you get a pretty oval wax seal with all the leaves and all the detail, but look at the mix you get this month. It's called Autumn, and it comes with 100 wax beads, and you get all 4. So when you sign up for the wax seal of the month, you get the wax seal, the handle. It comes in a nice box, and you get this whole set of metallics here. So you get this burgundy, gold, blue, and green, all 4 of these. So you don't just get like a couple of sample colors, you get a whole bag. You get all of this, and every month when you get the wax seal of the month, you get a brand new wax seal, a handle, and the beads. Okay, so you get a whole thing. Okay, so if you don't have a wax seal starter kit, I highly recommend it. So the wax seal starter kit comes in a nice box. Again, a nice gift-giving idea. It comes with this nice silicone mat. It comes with the oven. I have a little tea light there, and it comes with a spoon. It also comes with a wax seal, and it comes with a box of gold wax beads. But I really like this silicone mat. So, but what a beautiful mix that you get. So this being an oval one, you can mix them. You can do the same colors. But I like to start with 4 beads. But I'm going to do some green and gold. Well, there's some green and red and gold. I'm going to do, I just put a little bit of everything in there. Let's see. We have green, gold, and red. I'm going to add another gold in there. I'm going to do 4 beads. So there's 2 gold, 1 red, and 1 green. And it's a nice reclosable bag. And I like to keep the name of them in there. Now, I have shown before how I store mine. I put them in a little jar and I store them, but you store them any way you want. So that's only going to take a second to melt down, and then I'll show you how that's going to look in a second here. Hi, Sherry. Now, our Glimmer machine has warmed up. While that's warming down or melting down, I'll show you the Glimmer of the month. The Glimmer of the month gives you a whole roll of Glimmer foil. This month's color is rose gold. I believe this is the color. I may have mixed it up, but I do believe this is the color. You get a whole roll of rose gold Glimmer foil. Now remember, this is hot foil, so this does not work in your Mink machine or your fuse machine. This is not for toner foiling. This is specifically for hot foiling. Do not mix that up. My X-Acto knife is coming out. So for those of you who do not know the difference and you are new to foiling or new to my channel, welcome. We also have a group called the Foiling Snobs Club. It is a crafting group. You do not have to be into foiling, but I teach you all about foiling, and we have a wonderful, friendly, open community of crafters. Join us on Facebook called the Foiling Snobs Club. But this is for hot foiling. You want to use it in your Go Press and Foil, your Glimmer, or your, what's the other foil machine? Foil Quill. Any of those kind of foiling machines. Okay, but you get a nice roll of this beautiful pinkish foil. And then you get some hot foil plates and dies. So the hot foil plates say, all I can say is this card is full of, for having a big heart, for being a friend, and for lending a hand. And then there's a giant cursive thanks, which I love, and the thanks has a die. So these are all hot foil plates, all of these, and the die cuts out thanks. So those are all going to be glimmered or hot foiled, and then the thanks cuts out thanks, okay? So I will show you that in just a moment. And then of course you get the whole roll rose gold. So I'm going to put those on here. Now I'm going to show you a specific way I'm placing this, because I know a lot of you are going to wonder why I'm placing them that way in just a second. And I will explain it to you. To avoid what we call speed bumps. All right, so we're putting that on there and heating that up in a second. This is done. Where's my little stir sticky thingy? I would normally stir that, but that's really pretty, so I'm going to leave it alone. It looks like there is a little air bubble in there. Maybe I do need to stir it. Okay. I'm just going to use my Spellbinders tool-in-one. I need a paper towel. This is what happens when you decide to go live and you're not prepared. So the little tool-in-one is a pokey tool. I'm just going to stir that. Just one little stir. I don't want to stir it too much because I don't want it to look like mud. And then there's a little pour spout, and I'm just going to kind of pour that almost in an ovally fashion here. Is that a word? Ovally. And put this straight down. Ooh, 4 might be too many. Okay, we're going to try that again and only do 3. And I'm going to just do red. There's enough gold left in there. Just red. All right, now I'm going to just raise my Glimmer and show you what I did here. When you are hot foiling with sentiments, and I want to show you guys this as I slide this guy out of the way here. Excuse me. Specifically because I'm just going to foil these to show them to you, not because I'm actually putting them on a card right now. If you put these across this way. And you run this through your Glimmer machine. So in other words, if I had put them like this on my Glimmer machine, and I had run this through my die, because this has to go through my die cutting machine, what would happen then is it would cause speed bumps. And it would cause it to jump. Right? You're going to run this, take this out, run it through my die cutting machine. Thump, 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 thump. And as it does that, it's going to cause it to jump and bounce. You'll also notice, if you are new to my channel, that I have tape. This is heat safe tape. Cricut tape, or I forget what the other called. Sizer tape. Heat safe tape. And I have a video on this. And this heat safe tape just keeps my plates taped to this platform. So again, I have less shifting of the dies and the paper and the plate as it goes through. So you want to be aware of how you place your dies, because if you place your hot foil plates or dies, wherever you want to use your hot foil plates, you can hot foil with dies. That's a video for another day. But as you put these through your machine, if you put them perpendicular to your machine, it's going to cause speed bumps. And these speed bumps, as it goes through the rollers, thump, 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 will cause you to have hot foil jitters, and then you're going to have movement. Okay, so we want to minimize that movement. So be aware of that as you are hot foiling and you're putting your papers and things like that in there. I always recommend you kind of do a practice paper. Don't actually hot foil on your actual card. Try to hot foil on something else and then die cut it, or practice before you actually hot foil. So because this thanks cuts out, I like that, and then just kind of do this separate, or maybe do this on the inside and then put the thanks on the outside, or however you want to do it, but put them this way. So as you roll through, there are no speed bumps. It's a lot smoother if they go this way. I hope this is making sense for those of you who are just learning to foil or hot foil. And these are the kinds of videos that I try to teach you guys. And I know I get a little bit long-winded, but I'm going to do this all in one shot. Now, the other important thing to know is, besides doing the right foil, is to use the right paper. Now, Spellbinders sells a specialty paper. It is Spellbinders Glimmer specialty paper. It is basically Yupo paper. It is a super smooth paper. We also recommend using hammer mill paper. 80 pound or 100 pound, but you want to use the smoothest paper. Now, a lot of you guys say, oh, well, I use like Nina paper or something. No, no, no. It can't just be any paper. Believe me, I have tested and tried all of the paper out there, and the paper that works the best is the super smooth paper. So the Glimmer specialty paper works really good. They sell this in a 10 pack and a 25 pack. The hammer mill paper works really good. Yupo paper works really good, but you want literally the smoothest paper. And the Glimmer paper works good because it's a synthetic paper. It's made out of plastic, so that works really well. That's what I'm going to grab right now. I like the hammer mill 80 pound or 100 pound. This is the 80 pound. You do not want to use your BetterPress paper. BetterPress paper is super porous, so do not use your BetterPress paper. It just does not work out as well. Okay, you want the smoothest paper. Okay, stamping paper, foiling paper, watercolor paper. There's a reason we have different papers for different jobs. It's not a do-all. All can do one. Okay, so now I have a piece of the foil. You always want the pretty side down. Remember, this has to stick to the paper. So this side, as it heats up, there's a special adhesive built into this foil. And as it heats up, that adhesive sticks to the paper. So this is the 80 pound. It's going to heat up. And this machine, it's already been hot enough, but it's going to turn green. I'm just going to disengage it and re-engage it. This is going to turn green when it's ready, and as we hit this button, the timer is going to count down to 60 seconds, okay? So I'm going to set that aside again, and while that re-engages itself and heats back up, we're going to go back to this guy, which has now been heating up way too long. But you can see how beautiful as those colors mixed. Beautiful fall leaves. And we're going to do that again over here. A little bit less wax this time. Still pretty big. And while this is still warm, I'm going to use my paper towel and clean that up. My daughter, who's 11, going on 21, she loves making wax seals with me. But I like to clean my spoons while it's warm. You don't have to, but I like to clean them up while they're warm. And then clean that up. And then if there's any drippage, I like to clean that up. Now, if your spoon gets all sooty underneath and black, you want to make sure that you cut your wick down. That means that your wick is too long or it's too close to the flame, and that's why you're getting soot or smoke. So you just want to make sure you clean that up. And we just let that cool down and out of the way. And we're going to let that go out of the way. Our glimmer is green, so while we're doing that. All right, so the other thing I've done on the side here is gotten my BetterPress ready. So I've taken some Spellbinders BetterPress paper and I've cut these 3x3 cards. Now earlier, like I said, Tracy and Melanie and Justine did some beautiful videos, so you'll want to check them out. And again, these are, if you're just joining, these are the Spellbinders Club kits that I get. This is the BetterPress of the month, and they sent this beautiful template if you wanted to align these leaves or do different colors with the leaves. That's what this is for. I'm not going to show you guys that. I'm going to do something a little different today because I think that the other girls did a beautiful example of showing you how to line that. I'm going to do Friendsgiving with my friends this year, so I wanted to do little name cards. So I thought, would it be nice to do little 3x3 cards? So these, you get all of these. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 leaves and some sentiments that say, thankful for you, sending autumn wishes, and my favorite color is autumn, and you get a die to cut those out. So I'm going to show you just these, you know, a couple different ones on these little 3x3 cards. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to give you guys your sneak peek. One of the complaints I had when the BetterPress came out was there was not enough greens. So this is coming out next month. Actually, I think on the 10th. So wait is over. Laurel, pine, and spruce. And don't forget to always pick up your re-inkers. It's the one thing I always recommend. So these are going to come out, like I said, I think on the 10th. So you'll want to put it on your wish list. Here are the colors. So get your re-inkers. I always get the re-inkers. So we got our greens, guys. Yay! So I showed it to you first. Laurel, pine. I think I'm the one first showed it to you. Laurel, pine, rustic, and spruce. So I'm going to ink them up. I'm going to cheat and show them to you guys. So they are coming soon. I think I said, like I said, on the 10th, they'll be coming out for that. So we're going to play with that. Let me run the Glimmer through first so you guys can see what those sentiments look like. They show in the coming soon section, but that was my big thing. I'm like, there's no greens, and I made my own DIY green, but it's nice to see those greens come through. All right. And hopefully, I felt like that wasn't enough pressure, but hopefully it was enough pressure. And we're just going to give that a second to cool down. Ah, look how beautifully that foiled. Okay. So again, the thanks has a die to cut that out. And there you can see how beautifully that foiled. Thanks for having a big heart. This card is full of thanks. Thanks for lending a hand. Thanks for being a friend. And all I can say is thanks. So that is the Glimmer of the month. Those are all of the sentiments. And then the thanks comes with a die. And that is the rose gold foil. And you can see how beautifully that foiled. So that is the Glimmer of the month. So I'm going to set this aside. and we're going to do some better pressing. So you've seen 3D embossing folder, Glimmer of the month, wax seal of the month, and I actually wanted to show you what this looks like if you have any of the deco pens. That's why I did this one in red. So here you can see it with the mixed colors, and you get, again, you get that whole bag of colors. You don't choose, you get all of those. Now I showed you with just all the red. Now if you have any of the deco pens, so the deco pens are just paint pens. Because there's so much detail in those leaves. Look how pretty that is, how much that brings that out, that gilded look now. So you can mix your waxes, or you can just pick the colors you want and put your paint pen on there. Pretty either way. And these are metallic, so they have that shine built in. So pretty. All right, so that's that. All right, let's get to better pressing, because that's what I'm saving the best for last there. So for better pressing, the best thing to use is the better press paper, or a soft watercolor paper works really well. And if you guys have questions, slow me down and stop me and ask. And I do this every month with my club kits. So when the club kits have any extra left over, they do sell them the following month as an individual item. So if you missed a club kit and you would like it, you can, if there's any extra, you can buy it the next month as an individual item. So like I said, they sell the BetterPress individual ink as a DIY. So this was my own green that I made. So now I don't have to do that, because now they made their green inks. I need to buy another tin because I don't have enough things. All right, so I started this trend of putting a little piece of Sizzix sticky grid in here so I don't have to use tape. And I'm just going to put my little 3x3 piece of card. This is BetterPress card. And I'm just going to put that kind of in the center here. What I think is the center, because I covered my X. Yeah, it looks good. I'm going to eyeball that. Then I'm going to take my little maple leaf. That looks good. The other thing I could do is center that over that, like that. this down over it and then pick it up. There we go. That's close enough. And then for that one, I think what I'll do is take a little bit of mulberry. And I'm going to take this new color, which is rustic. And I'm just going to kind of tap that around the edge there. And I'm just going to run that through. Okay. How do you use the wax seals? I like to put my wax seals on the front or the inside of my cards. I don't like to put mine on my envelopes because, number one, sometimes the post office charges you extra to use the hand cancellation stamps, which are the big butterflies. Yeah. So that little bit of brown on the edges. So I like to use mine on the inside or the outside of the cards. That's how I like to do mine. But it's personal preference. And then sometimes these stains, I just use a little bit of stamp cleaner. That's okay. It doesn't hurt anything if these stain. It's just like stamps. Not a big deal. Okay. And keep in mind that these also foil beautifully. In fact, let me turn my Glimmer back on. And I will Glimmer a couple of these for you since we already have paper and foil out. We'll move these over and Glimmer some too. Hey, Megan. Okay, let's take this down. I'm going to do this one in pine. Just kind of eyeballing hopefully the right spot for that. I realized I should have lined my paper up before I inked it, but that's okay. And again, this is the new Spellbinders Club Kits, and this is the BetterPress, and I love this one too. So if you are not a club member, you can sign up for all of these tomorrow. Oh, I'm a little off on that one, but I think that's okay. I can just write their name at the top there or make little... And what's nice about the BetterPress is not only... Ooh, do I have fuzz on there? There is fuzz on there. Not only do you get the inked impression, but you also get the dimension, because this paper is very soft, so it presses into there. This legit looks like a leaf now because it had that ink string pressed in there, but that's okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. And like I said, I'm going to put these right onto the, I'm not even doing a good job cleaning them. I'm going to put these right onto the Glimmer, and we'll do a little foliage background with these. Okay, let's do a little background with a couple of these. And again, it comes with a little acetate background, so you can make a pretty background if you want. I'm just doing little name tag place cards because I'm gonna have Friendsgiving. It's just going to be a bunch of different backgrounds on this one. Yes, Miss Violetta is back out of the hospital. She's doing very well, and she's doing a little Labor Day sale. All right, this one I'm going to do some fall colors. So we're going to do some saffron, and I'm going to do some lighter colors, and we're going to go into... All right, before I ink it up, I'm not going to make that mistake again. We're going to line my leaves up, or my paper up here. Like that. Pick it up, then ink it up. That's what I wanted to do. All right. You, buddy, get back in a position. This one is clay. So we're doing like our little rainbow fall thing here. And then where is, let's see, we'll do some rustic. I'm doing this kind of like tapping because I want that kind of modeling leafy look. A little bit of green. Lots of green. We need lots of green. Some spruce. Okay. Let's see how this turns out. Oh, isn't that pretty? And you know, missing on this is okay because they're leaves. So that's even better. Oh, that one, ooh, that one's my favorite. That one looks so good. That one looks pretty. I love that spruce. Look at that. Ah, I love it. All right, so let me clean these guys up. And let's move them over to the Glimmer and see how these all foil. And again, I'm not being super neat or precise about cleaning these up because I'm trying not to make a 3-hour-long video here for you guys. So if you are already a club member, This is Wax Seal of the Month, 3D Embossing Folder of the Month, BetterPress of the Month, and Glimmer of the Month. This is what's coming for September. If you are a club member to any of the Spellbinders clubs, you can sign up for any of these. I'll put the link for you. If you are not a club member, you can sign up for any of these starting tomorrow, or actually in 1 hour. So let me move BetterPress out of the way here. The new inks that I just showed you are going to come out, I believe, on the 10th. That is when Spellbinders releases new coming soon stuff, on the 10th of September. So the new colors are in a kit. They're called Woodlands, and that is Laurel, Pine, Spruce, and Rustic. Don't forget to get your re-inkers. They will come out on the 10th. I gave you guys a sneak peek there. The Wax Seal of the Month is going to give you this beautiful leaf foliage wax seal, and the wax seal bead mix is called Autumn. It's 4 different metallic colors. You see how beautiful they are? This is what they look like when you mix them. I did gold, red, and green in this mix. And this one I just did red, and I used the gold deco foil pen. Not deco foil. Deco color pen. I used the deco color pen, which you can also get at Spellbinders. And I did that. So that's the Wax Seal of the Month. So you get the whole wax seal, handle, and the bead mix. So that's the Wax Seal of the Month. The 3D Embossing Folder is this beautiful pumpkin and sunflower for the 3D Embossing Folder. So that is beautiful. And then the Glimmer of the Month, you are going to get a full roll of this rose gold Glimmer hot foil. You're going to get thanks with the die, and you're going to get these hot foil sentiments. Thanks for having a big heart. This card is full of thanks. Thanks for lending a hand. Thanks for being a friend. And all I can say is thanks. So all of these are hot foil sentiments, and the thanks comes with a die. So you're going to get those for the Glimmer of the Month. And now I'm going to show you guys how the BetterPress of the Month, which is what we just BetterPressed. I just BetterPressed these examples. Look how beautiful they came out. Okay. How you can hot foil these guys. So we're going to bring the Glimmer back in. So here's the Glimmer. And you can see I started putting those. Let's just randomly throw these guys on here. So on here, it's not really going to matter with speed bumps because there are so many different shapes and sizes. Remember I said earlier, be careful how you do your sentiments. We don't really got to worry about that with this. Now I'm going to grab, I don't know, like maybe a copper color of foil, because we want this to have a more of an autumn look, right? And I'm going to use that other half of hammer mill paper. So I have the Glimmer Variety Pack. This is the Satin Metallics. This is like copper. What is this one? It's like a coppery color. I haven't even opened yet. We have our own Gloria in the house. Hey, Gloria. How's business? Gotta be booming with them Christmas orders. Okay, so. Same thing, remember, colored side down. And don't forget the BetterPress also comes with those sentiments and die. So you have these sentiments and you would BetterPress those, and then the die cuts out the sentiment. So once this is done blinking, we'll be able to run that through. Hi, Frida. So nice to see everybody. I missed you guys. I was doing the Glimmer Club, but switched to the BetterPress. You do, I agree with you, BJ, get more bang for your buck because you can BetterPress and Glimmer it. So I absolutely 100% agree with your statement. Because you get to do both. You can BetterPress it and Glimmer it. So I agree with your statement. Yep. All right, that is done blinking. So just disconnect and roll that through. Now, these are a little thinner, so we'll see how they foil. That's 80-pound hammer mill I'm using. Like I said, these are a little thinner, so we'll see. Are we ready? Let that cool down a second. Pretty, yeah. Now these are a little thinner, so they didn't foil all the way. Maybe I have used 100-pound, but again, they're leaves, so beautiful. I'm gonna put my wax seal on there, put my thanks on there, or cut these down, put them against the background. But there you have the clubs for September. So many. I think this is, again, Spellbinders nailed it with the fall theme here. Could die cut that thanks real quick. Let me show you what that looks like. Let's move all this out of the way here. Just that thanks alone is worth it for the Glimmer of the Month. And then don't forget you can use this on toner sheets. Oh, it even cuts out the centers of the letters. That's nice. A nice big thanks. So, if I were to see, let's see if Nancy can quickly put a card together. Oh, I should have probably, well, maybe, let me see. If I cut this down to 5.5 by 4.25. Let me see how confident I am that I can throw together a card. I haven't done one of these in a while, you guys. Been so busy running around on vacation, working, leaving again next week for another weekend away. Then I got to go away for work. I forgot how much fun it is to put cards together. Where's my little I can do it. I need a sentiment. Do. right, this was Solar Paste Golden Hour. Solar Paste looks good on light or dark paper. It's almost like interference inks, but it's a paste. All right, now let's stick everything together. And then we're gonna assemble that. I don't know if I want to pop this up or not. I don't think I'm gonna pop it up. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. And then I want my super fine bottle. If you guys haven't gotten these, get them. And Gloria makes the pins for them. Come in handy. It's a lot of white. I wish I would have probably hot foiled that thanks on a different color. But that's okay, because I wasn't planning on making a card. And it's still pretty. Ooh, that's going to look good on there. And there we go. Done. See, you guys aren't expecting me to throw a card together. I wasn't expecting to throw a card together. And we got everything on one card. So we have 3D folder of the month, Glimmer of the month, wax seal of the month, and BetterPress of the month. Ba-bam! There we go. There you go. So again, if you're already a club member, you can add any of these into your clubs. And if you don't have any of the clubs, starting tomorrow, you can add any of the clubs. And the new inks will be available on the 10th. There's Melanie now. Hey, girl. The 3D folder of the month is this one. The wax seal of the month is this. As I drop it. With the autumn mix. The glimmer of the month is this, with the thanks and the die, with the full roll of rose foil. And then BetterPress, I already showed you guys where all the little leaves, and the sentiments, which I foiled and BetterPressed for you guys. Yep. Yep. Great reminder, Melanie. If you are a club member, you get early releases too. So then you'll be able to get those new inks. So there's the link. Go shopping. Have fun. I have talked long enough, and now I have to go wash my fingers before they stay gold. All right, guys. Have fun. Go enjoy the new releases for Spellbinders. If you have any questions, you missed the replay, comment down below. I always read and answer my comments. If you would like to check out other inspiration, again, I have mentioned it quite a few times. Check out Justine, Melanie, and Tracy's videos. They also had some very beautiful examples because they did not wait until the last minute like I did. So you can go check out their channels. I will post them down below in the description for you. Also check out Foiling Snobs Club, which is our Facebook group. Melanie just celebrated 1 year of BetterPress babes, so you want to check them out. Justine also has Stationery Makers Group, so you'll want to check out that Facebook group as well. And like I said, I will post all of their YouTube channels so you can get more inspiration from them. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you had fun hanging out with me for the last hour, don't forget the thumbs up before you go, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye bye.